So these awards are given to me by the Jewish community for different things, and this is the Tree of Life, which is a very big award in terms of everything that I stand for. It means so much to me, and a lot of times I'll have friends of mine come in, Jewish, and they will see the Tree of Life and they'll say, wow, what a great thing. Likewise, right over here, this is the Shalom Humanitarian Award, and that was presented to me also. We must never ignore the vile poison of anti-Semitism or those who spread its venomous creed. With one voice, we must confront this hatred anywhere and everywhere it occurs. The scourge of anti-Semitism cannot be ignored, cannot be tolerated, and it cannot be allowed to continue. We can't allow it to continue. It must be confronted and condemned everywhere it rears its very ugly head. We must stand with our Jewish brothers and sisters to defeat anti-Semitism and vanquish the forces of hate. That's what it is. Through the centuries, the Jews have endured terrible persecution, and you know that. We've all read it, we've studied it, they've gone through a lot. And those seeking their destruction, we will seek their destruction. With one heart, America weeps for the lives lost. With one voice, we vow to crush the monstrous evil of anti-Semitism whenever and wherever it appears. And we're working very hard on that. And I can tell you that we have a lot of people in government working very, very hard on that. But today we're taking another historic action. In just a few moments, I'll sign an executive order to combat anti-Semitism. This action makes clear that Title VI of the Civil Rights Act, which prohibits the federal funding of universities and other institutions that engage in discrimination, applies to institutions that traffic in anti-Semitic hate. So this is a very powerful document that we're signing today. And together, all of us, we're going to eradicate the sinister scourge of anti-Semitism. And we will protect Jewish communities and all members of the Jewish faith from the wicked forces of hatred and violence. And you know that, and the love by evangelicals, Christians, for Jewish people and for Israel is incredible. It's incredible. We will not rest until the horrible and vile ideology of anti-Semitism has been defeated and destroyed. For this reason, I recently signed an executive order to restrict federal funding to any college or university that spreads, supports, or promotes anti-Semitic prejudice in any form.
Well, you know, the biggest change I've seen in Congress is Israel literally owned Congress. You understand that 10 years ago, 15 years ago. And it was so powerful. It was so powerful. And today it's almost the opposite. You have between AOC and Omar and these people that hate Israel. They hate it with a passion. They're controlling Congress, and Israel is not a force in Congress anymore. It's just amazing. I've never seen such a change. And we're not talking about over a very long period of time. But I think you know exactly what I'm saying. They had such power. Israel had such power, and rightfully, over Congress, and now it doesn't. It's incredible, actually.
Can I show this?
Sure. I would love that. This was a special token of affection given by myself and the First Lady to Prime Minister and the First Lady of Israel. And it's a key. We call it a key to the White House, and it's a key to our country and to our hearts. And you've been an amazing leader for a long period of time, and this is, in many respects, the big day, because this is something that's very special. And we just left UAE and Bahrain. We're going to meet outside in a ceremony, And it's just a very important event, and it's an honor to have you with us, baby. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President. And I have said, and this is true, that you have the key to the hearts of the people of Israel because of all the great things you've done for the Jewish state and the Jewish people. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Fantastic.
You have been the greatest friend that Israel has ever had in the White House.
So I went to the Jewish deli. And of course, we had the discussion on Trump. You asked, and I asked them, who is Trump to you? And you know what they said? Trump is our new Messiah, actually. They want to believe that Trump is the Messiah. What I think is happening here is God using Donald Trump to hasten the coming of the Lord. This is really what is happening here. And we need to stay tuned because he's lining up with Israel right now in a major way.
What the Baruch has allowed, as I've mentioned many times, he has taken a figure, Trump, right? And he's allowed him to be, right, a messianic figure. As I mentioned, is the Mashiach of Edom. It's a messianic figure, you see, and true to the whatever, you know, the description, he's been doing incredible stuff for the Jewish people. Really incredible stuff. In fact, Trump just recently said he went to some type of, dinner or whatever, and he said, maybe because what's happening in Israel is incredible. They can't put a coalition together, which, hopefully that's the end of the era of Rav. But anyway, he said himself, maybe I should run for prime minister. Yeah, everybody, Israel, 98% of the population loves the guy. You see? So he said, maybe I should run for prime minister. It's quite interesting. Maybe he should. Anyway, not a bad idea. But anyway.
He calls himself the King of Israel.
Who?
Trump.
He calls him the King of Israel. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't forget, I don't know if you haven't watched the show, I happen to be Jewish by birth. And 75% of all Jews vote Democrat. And they don't like Trump. And this is the greatest president for Jews and for Israel in the history of the world. Not just America. Trump's the best president for Israel in the history of the world. And the Jewish people love him like he is the king of Israel. They love him like he is the second coming of God.
I am the chosen one. Chosen one. Chosen one. I am the chosen one. Chosen one. Chosen one.
Perhaps it is no accident that the numeric value of Donald Trump in Hebrew is the same as Messiah, son of David, Mashiach ben David, 424. Trump was designated as God's servant and anointed one, just like Cyrus the Great almost 2,400 years ago.
Bottom line, Trump is a godsend, an imperfect messenger of God, but nevertheless, a King David of our time. The prophecies of Mark Taylor, who in 2011 was documented in 2012 in major Christian magazines predicting that Donald J. Trump would become the 45th president of the United States and that it would signal a major global revival. Now, I've talked to so many great pastors that I really respect, like Rodney Howard-Browne and others, and they've talked about this fact. And now that you see Trump delivering on the mass arrest of pedophiles worldwide, delivering on the return of our republic, standing up for Christian rights, it is unprecedented. You have the Pope, who's not a real Catholic, but a Jesuit globalist, openly calling for the end of Christianity, open borders to Islam, not defending Christians being slaughtered all over Africa and the Middle East. This is biblical time.